The law of cosines allows us to solve for a triangle in which we know all three sides. This situation is typically described as side, side, side. And we're going to start by labeling the triangle. The angles we'll call A, B, and C, and the sides that are across from those angles will be the lowercase version of those letters. So for example, if this is angle A, then this will be lowercase a. And so we'll label this lowercase a. The one across from the B is lowercase b, and across from capital C is lowercase c. From here, we can set up one of our three laws of cosine. So we're going to start by solving for angle A. And so we're going to use the fact that a squared is equal to b squared plus c squared minus 2 times bc cosine of a. Notice here that angle A on the end is the thing that we're trying to solve for, and it's going to be the only unknown in our equation. So from here we're going to plug in the values that we know. Little a is 8, so we'll have 8 squared equals 12 squared plus 6 squared minus 2 times 12 times 6 cosine of a. A lot of the work from here is going to be done on the calculator, of course. And so we'll have 64 is equal to 144 plus 36 minus, and now I'm going to multiply these three values together here. The 2 times the 12 times the 6, and I get 144 cosine of a. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and add these two values together, and then I'm going to subtract them from both sides of the equation. The minus 144 has to stay. That value is multiplied by the cosine of a. So 144 plus 36 is 180. So I've got 64 equals 180 minus 144 cosine a. So now we'll subtract 180 from both sides. 64 minus 180 is negative 116. So negative 116 equals negative 144 cosine of a. From here, I'm going to divide by negative 144 in order to cancel here. A negative divided by a negative is going to be a positive. So 116 divided by 144 is going to be 0.806. So 0.806 equals the cosine of a. So the last step will be to take the inverse cosine of both sides. And our final answer will be a is equal to the inverse cosine of 0.806, which is about, if you round, 36.3 degrees. So I have here that angle A is 36.3 degrees. Now, in your homework, you are asked to solve the triangle, and so even though we've solved for angle A, we still have angle B left. The law of cosines can be very cumbersome, as you can see, and so you might wish to switch to the law of sines, which is a little bit quicker. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the sine of 36.3 over 8. You see how these are across from each other. And I'm going to put angle B over 12. So the sine of angle B over 12. From here, we can quickly find the sine of 36.3 is 0.592. 0.592 over 8 equals the sine of B over 12. We can cross multiply. And so we'll have 8 sine of B equals 12 times 0.592 is 7.104. We'll divide by 8. So I've got the sine of B equals 7.104 divided by 8, which is 0.888. And the last step here will be to take the inverse sine of both sides. And so I'm left with B is equal to the inverse sine of 0.888, which is, if we round, 62.6 degrees. So we've solved for angle B as 62.6. From here, I know that the three angles need to add up to 180 degrees, and so I'll leave this as an exercise for you. Do 36.3 plus 62.6 and subtract that value from 180 to see what you're left over with for angle C.